find you very rude.
The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get early access, exclusive content, and buyer's remorse.
And a hey all you cool cats and kittens to our newest patrons, Martha Seven, Dan's Wonders, Victoria Wilson, Jack Bjornstrom, Ominous Benefactor Holly Cooper, Felicity Froccaccina, and Dom Taylor.
Let's start the shit show. Okay, so you can't see below the camera what I can see. And Nova has got some sort of arrangement down here, but then decided that because we're going to sit down and you won't be able to see it, and it was like an uncomfortable skirt situation, she's got this weird nude, sort of padded, smooth, it looks a bit like fish scales. She's very kind of like, it's sort of like a mermaid, but it's horrifying Barbie mermaid, like the fish thing is cut in half.
I'm wearing fishnets.
Well, you look like a tosser. Okay, hello everyone, welcome to this Novympia treat.
Hi.
Not entirely an accident that we've come in our sort of lilac sort of ensembles. We're sort of matching. We do have a sort of habit of matching when we don't mean to.
Yeah, we do.
But I did say that out of a few options, I said for Nova to go in this direction because I was also going to do something purple. But so that's cute, we look nice, I think we look really nice.
I look great.
You're not supposed to say that.
I look so good.
You can't say great, you can only say like, oh, I feel like I look nice. Otherwise, what? You're just so conceited. You understand that?
I look like a 10.
Yeah, a 10 out of 50.
So today, we have been teasing this video ever since
tease it.
Ever since he came into our lives, we've been telling you that we actually got a cat this year. We got a little cat.
We did.
And his name is Bart.
A pussy cat.
Bart came into our lives back in April, and we've not formally introduced him on this channel, so we wanted to do a video to talk about him, where he came from, how he is, and he's just so gorgeous.
Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Where did he come from?
Cotton Eye Bart? This chair is... Can you hear that?
Back in the UK's first lockdown, we were chatting to a friend of ours who had recently acquired a cat from another friend of ours.
Oh, they don't want to hear this.
No, but they want to know like where the cat came from.
All right.
And this friend of ours lives in a one-bedroom flat and has never had pets before, and it was just a little bit overwhelming, I think. She loved the idea of having a cat to keep her company, but didn't fully realise what that would entail.
I think the word she used was claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It was a small apartment, she never had a cat before, and Bart stinks.
No, he doesn't.
Of shit.
When he poos, he does.
Yeah, when he shits, he stinks of shit. And then when his breath is real bad. He just generally hums.
So this friend didn't have him for very long, and then we have been talking about getting a cat for a very long time, and it just kind of worked out that we were like, well, let's take him then. We're in lockdown, we're at home. Let's take him, we'll have him, absolutely. So Bart came with us, we went and picked him up. It was so sad because it was in lockdown, we had to be socially distant. Bart was left in a crate outside our friend's door.
It was so sad, just
in
sitting
this block
there.
of flats, and we came and picked him up. So we've got a little clip of when he first came to our home.
Yeah, you can pay attention as well to the way that he looks, and we'll talk a bit about that as well. So this is when he first arrived.
Hello, Bart. This is the newest resident of Novympia Heights, Bart. Bart was,
Hey, honey.
could no longer be in his residence. And we were asked if, because we have a garden, if we have a garden and a bit more room, if we'd like to take Bart. Bart is 10 years old and is just exploring his new surroundings. We've cleaned up a bit.
Your litter box is here, honey.
Just exploring, aren't you, Bart? Oh, he does look a bit thin.
He's old, though.
Oh. Would you like to see where you're going to be doing poopy doops, Bart? And there's a lovely bed we've made in a box. We've ordered a nice bed just so you don't think we're cheap. But it hasn't arrived yet, and we had to take Bart today. Just doing some exploring, really. Don't you poo in there.
So he was very, very tentative. Obviously, as a new sort of tenant would be, especially an animal. But the first thing we noticed was that he was very, very sort of frail looking and very thin.
Well, we were led to believe he was about 10 years old, and his original owners weren't really ones for taking him to the vet, and the friend who we got him from hadn't really had him long enough to be registering with him with a vet. So the first thing that we wanted to do was get him to the bloody vet, but that also was quite difficult because we were in lockdown.
Yes, but we knew something was a bit amiss.
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to make sure that he was okay anyway, because we didn't have any medical information on him. We wanted to get him, see if he was chipped, etc, etc. And I could see that his claws were far too long, and he didn't seem to be one for using a scratching post, and our house is carpeted pretty much throughout, and sometimes his claws would catch on the carpet.
Yeah, and the sofa as well sometimes.
And he wouldn't let us, he probably still wouldn't. He was still a bit uneasy about us, and there's no way we'd be able to clip his claws for him. He liked being petted, but there's no way you could hold on to him. There's no way you could put him on your lap. There's no way you could pick him up.
None of that.
So
he'd never come onto you, like onto your lap or anything. He was just very aloof and like, fuck off, leave me alone.
We tried, he's just such a funny cat. We immediately noticed one of the first things is he is so vocal. I'll put in a clip here of what he sounds like.
What's going on? Yes? Tell me a story. Oh, gosh. Really? Wow.
He's so vocal. He speaks all the time. I have never, ever known a cat like
Well,
it.
bilingual, speaks different languages, perhaps. Cat languages, like the whales have different languages.
People have asked us if it could be perhaps that he has a hearing problem, because apparently white cats can be quite prone to deafness. But
who told you that?
Everyone that I've mentioned this to.
No, who though?
That's really like common knowledge.
Right.
But the vets said there's no problem with his hearing, and he does answer to his name. He can be at the bottom of the garden and he does answer to his
he'll
name.
answer, yeah, in the house, probably nothing, but he will answer to it if he's down the bottom of the garden and you want him to come back inside. But I feel like that's more just because he feels like that's you saying there's food, whether that's his name.
My thing is he can hear you.
He can hear you,
but also like he doesn't answer to or pss, 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 pss. He only answers to like voices.
Well, not in the way that I would answer to that.
Right.
Shah's always doing that to me, isn't she?
Yeah.
To get me to to get off the sofa or something, she'll always be like, come on then, come on.
We finally took him to a vet. We just wanted like a once-over checkup, and I asked for his claws to be clipped. And basically they said that he was very underweight and they wanted to do a blood test. So we booked a blood test and we took him in for that. And because it's all socially distanced at the moment, in the UK at least, the vets you kind of park up and a vet will come to your car and take your pet away from you into the vet, and they'll come back to the car, so you can't actually go in.
Please let me do an impression of the vet.
No.
A nice impression of the vet. She's not gonna watch this. Okay, this is our vet. Absolutely no worries whatsoever. Yeah, no worries. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, absolutely no worries whatsoever. No worries at all. Really, absolutely fine. No worries. Absolutely fantastic. She does say that.
So after our first appointment with the vets for his blood test, we were told that he had to be sedated because he's so feral with the vets. We did try to explain that he doesn't like to be picked up and he likes his own space and he did not enjoy being in his carrier. And this poor vet,
she was grief-stricken,
absolutely mortified.
She was scone-faced when she came out with, and she was just like,
well, the first time they couldn't even take blood from him, so they said that you'll have to book him in for a sedation in the morning, which means that he won't be able to eat the night before. So basically that was a wasted trip. When we finally did get to do that, we found out that the reason why he looked so kind of unkempt and quite scrawny, despite having a really healthy appetite, was that he has a overactive thyroid. Was that?
Maybe
yeah,
you've got one of
thyroid.
those because you eat like an absolute fucking pig.
Saying I look unkempt and bedraggled.
Well, but you would imagine that the amount you eat, you'd probably be, you know, maybe my size. But you're not.
I was hoping, we were waiting for the call and I was hoping there'd be nothing wrong with him because the vet had said a couple of times that it could just be a skinny cat, like he's older, it could just be one of those things. But no, he's got an overactive thyroid. So what that means, I don't know what that actually means, but what it means for us is that he now has a type of medication, it's a liquid medication that gets mixed into his foods every morning and every night for the rest of his life. Having a thyroid problem is not something that can be cured.
Nor is it something to be ashamed of, Bart.
Unless you have a very, very expensive treatment. I think it's like a laser treatment. What?
He can have a treatment.
Yeah, it's very expensive. They don't normally recommend it, and very few vets in the country do it. I wouldn't be able to take him to our local vets. We'd have to travel somewhere else.
I'm not doing that.
So basically, it's not something that will ever get better, and eventually, sadly, all complications of it will be the end of him. But if we keep up with how we are with this medication, we could get a good few more years out of him. That was something else that we found out when we checked his chip, didn't we? We thought he was 10.
He's 13, he's so old.
He's 13, he's such a little old man.
He's a little tiny, he's like that little stinky old man at the bus stop. Tiny, shrivelly, stinky old man.
But he's now put on a kilo, and because of his thyroid problem, it has actually caused the start of some kidney disease. So that also means that we didn't even discuss how difficult it was to find him some wet food that he likes. We finally found him some wet food, didn't we?
Hey,
And
we
he loved
tried.
it.
Oh, we spoke about this in the fucking favourites video about.
Well, this is before then. Initially, it was so difficult to find him wet food at all. And then he found some, and then we get told he has to be on this special diet food. It has to be a special renal diet.
Oh, don't say renal. I'm sick of the word renal. You're fucking renal. Oh, it's so gross. And this the food we finally got, which he doesn't love. He will eat it like 50% of the time, but it's like a mousse. It's like not
It is
even
a mousse. That's how it's
pate.
described. It's described as a. Oh no, it's described as a pate, isn't it?
It's not pate at all. It's like whipped. I don't know, fucking giblets or whatever. It's mousse.
His dry food, he took to straight away. He likes that, no problem. And he does drink a lot of water, so we're not too worried about his hydration. Because that's a big thing with kidney disease.
everything.
They really want you to make sure they have wet food because they want to. You lose fluids a lot when you're kidney disease. He drinks a lot, doesn't he?
If we let him outside, he will lick the rattan if it's got rain on it.
He loves he loves anything wet.
In the bath?
If you've got like a frosty beverage, he'll lick the condensation
outside of it.
the outside of the glass.
The fuck is that?
He
And
really
then
loves like a running tap. Like he'll
get
drink
in the
from a running
bath
tap.
and then he'll look up at you and just go, meow.
You're gonna get out the bath now. Bart.
And you'll just be like, fine, I'll turn the bath on.
We bought him a little fountain actually, and if I can catch a clip of him drinking from the fountain, I'll put that in as well.
You know what that energy was just then?
What?
Do you remember? 1, 2, 3.
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was like a scientist was explaining how a Neanderthal would sound. So they get an actor in and they say, if you can take your voice and say 1, 2, 3, and the actor goes 1, 2, 3. And then they're like, can you take it up an octave? And he goes, 1, 2, 3. And then it's like, can you add some more? And by the end he goes, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, how have you never seen that? We'll put in a clip.
I've not seen that before.
1, 2, 3. That's got nothing to do with anything.
So Bart likes his fountain, and we finally found him a brand of food. If anyone cares, we can put this information in the description. But it was like the 5th brand of food, and because it's special diet food, you can't just buy a can or a sachet. You have to buy like a box of 10 at a time. So it took a lot to try and find him some food that he wouldn't just completely ignore.
But we gave all the rest of it, we gave it to Paula.
Yes, so when we did finally find a brand of wet food that he liked, and we had like such a sack of foods that was gonna go to waste, we found a local cat shelter that we donated it to, and the lady there was so sweet. Her name was Paula, and she was really
Paula, oh, she was so desperate for it. I don't think there were any cats there. I think Paula just
There were
really,
cats
I
there.
think Paula ate that food herself. But thank you to everyone who commented on our faves and shitters from like Halloween when one of mine was like cat food. And people said, why don't you just give it to a sanctuary? So we did, and
Yes.
Paula ate the lot.
So Bart has now been sorted out with medication, and the dosage of his medication has been changing just to get his levels correct. That's something that might happen for the next few months because they have to wait a month to see how the dosage changes his levels. We're getting there though. It's getting much better. He's put on a kilo. We can probably put up like a before and after photo here so you can see how healthy he looks, how fluffy he looks. He's finally had his claws trimmed.
He's much more like affectionate now. He'll always be on
sociable.
The sofa of an evening. He'll always come and like you'll have your hand there and he'll literally like shove his head into your hand. It's like, I get the fucking hint.
If we lie in too late in the morning, he'll come up onto the bed and just scream in our faces to get up.
The other night he came on our bed at night time and slept with us. Oh, so cute.
But he's so weird. He's so weird. He still doesn't really enjoy being picked up, but he doesn't scream
He doesn't moan
anymore.
about it anymore.
He
He's
used
just like,
to. If you picked him up, he used to just scream. And he doesn't do that anymore. He's just a bit like, oh, I don't know about this. He doesn't play with any toys.
he hates other cats.
He hates other cats.
Hates other cats.
We bought him a scratching post that he doesn't use.
None of that.
We bought him a bed that
None
he
of
doesn't
that.
use.
He just keeps to himself. Like he was very like independent, kept to himself. He wouldn't do anything. There's a fountain. We got one of those small kind of fountain things, which he'll occasionally have a bit.
He prefers to drink from the fountain than this water bowl.
He prefers to drink from the bath than anything else. So, you know, he's just such a weirdo. He's like a little tiny weirdo, but we've put in a bunch of clips for you. I mean, maybe we could put in a few more clips just to...
I'll make like a little montage
to finish it off with. But yes, this is Bart and we're introducing him to the world.
And it's nice that we can let him out into the garden, but because he's not very mobile, he'll never escape. He can get... We've seen him go after like squirrels and other cats before.
So
and he gets about halfway up our garden wall. So it's nice that we know our back garden's all enclosed. He can go outside and we know he's not going to go anywhere. So that like helps me like rest assured.
I don't know who the fuck I think I am trying to open my phone with these nails on, but yes, that was Bart. And let us know if you would like us to do any kind of video with Bart, like put Bart, like strap him to a bunch of balloons and let him over the fence. What's wrong with that?
I would show you Bart in person like right now, but he's sleeping on the bed and he would not really like me to pick him up. So we'll just do like a little video montage instead.
What is it, Bart? Is it bedtime?
Oh, Bart, it stinks.
No.
Oh.
Little Bart.
Okay, that's cute. So there will be a message afterwards about joining the Novympia cult patron over on Patreon. Those guys, some of those guys get birthday shout outs. So here we go, we're gonna do those now before we sign off and say goodbye to you for this video treat. So November 17th, it was Freddie Buddy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Freddie.
I love that, such a cute name, Freddie. Happy birthday to you, hope it was gorgeous. November 24th, we've got two.
We've got Logan M and Andy with an I. Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to the pair of you, hope it was really beautiful. Keith, it was your birthday November 25th.
Happy birthday, Keith.
Birthday, Keith. And we've got one more here.
And last but certainly not least, Robin, happy birthday for the 26th.
Oh, so cute, love that. So I hope you've enjoyed this cute little moment about Bart, and just let us know if you'd like any sort of, you know, I don't know, like a follow-up video or something.
Or if anyone has any questions about thyroid
queries.
disease or kidney disease, I feel like we're fairly knowledgeable about it now. We've been going through this like since April, and we just wanted to wait until things were like in a routine and we knew where we were at with him before we did this video.
Just leave a comment, let us know what you think. And you know, that's it from you girls.
Yes.
Oh, cute. Oh, well that's it then.
All right then.
Oh, we're gonna have omelettes.
I can't wait for an omelette.
Sayonara.
Bye.
Join our Patreon, make your parents not proud.